uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people. This is live, uncut, unedited, late night, Friday night. All right, come on in, come on in. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. As I said, we're going to do a series of how to identify a pedophile, and we're going to talk about it. Um, I got a short video I want to talk about, and something we need to know. Hey, what's up, Kennard? The DJ, King and Nicole, what's going on? We got a great show tonight. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour. And we're having a series, and this is a real serious thing that's happening in our community, the black community. And we have to, as parents and as grandparents, we have to be able to recognize it when we see it. This is a serious matter. Nothing to be played with, nothing to laugh at. It's real. What's going on, D? I see you. Cassandra Clark, what's going on? Hey, Karen, what's going on? We got a video here that we want you guys to see, and we're gonna just talk about it, and I'm gonna discuss it and share with you guys. And I think it's a great video, and we're gonna talk about it, and see where it goes from there. Let me put this screen up first, and I appreciate you guys coming in. This is live, uncut, unedited. We coming by way of YouTube, Twitter, which is formerly now X, Facebook, Martin Johnson, and actually YouTube too. If you're not on my YouTube, if I block you on Facebook, you're welcome to go to my YouTube. You might get you can come to my YouTube, Martin G. Johnson. It's okay. I ain't that bad. Some of that's what you do when I block you. Go to the next page. You too ungrateful to stay blocked. You go make a fake page. I know you want to see what's going on over here. It's too good. It's too good. Your curiosity is killing. What's up, Chris Moore? All right, Kim Edenton. What's going on? Candy Apple. I love being black. Francine Wooten. What's going on? Share this live, people. Share this live. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you're on YouTube. All right. All right. This is part 2. We had part 1 last night. You can, if you missed it, you can go back, and we're going to get started shortly, and I'll get to talking, and we can see, listen to this video. And it's real serious. Share this with parents. Parents need to know this. This is no joke. No joke. We're going to get started. I think I got about 67 people on one live. Okay, we're going to get started. We'll get started. I'm not going to hold up. I know it's late, but hey, it is what it is. Let's get started. All right, here we go. Getting started.
Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about grooming. What is it and how can we heal from it? Before I even define what grooming is or get into this information in more detail, I want you to know that grooming does not occur in all child sexual abuse cases. And also, it doesn't only happen in children. This can happen to us at any age. And I just want you to hear that first before I go into the 7 stages of grooming. Now, to define what grooming is, if any of you are thinking it has something to do with hair, that is not the case. What grooming is the process by which a sexual predator gains the trust of a child or their family in order to start a sexual relationship with a child in secret. And there are many stages to grooming, and honestly, everything I read had similar steps, but some broken into 10 stages, some to 12, some to 4. And so throughout all of the reading and research that I did, I came up with 7 stages of grooming that I think are important and kind of show you the process through which someone gains our trust and uses that against us to do harm. Also know that not everyone's going to go through each one of these stages, and that doesn't make your situation not valid or anything like that. These are just some of the common stages, but everyone's process and everyone's experience is going to be different. The first stage of grooming is identifying the victim. As a sexual predator, they could pick this based on the age or the way a child or teen or adult looks, or it could even just be vulnerable traits. It could be that the parents aren't around. It could be that we have really low self-esteem or have just moved there and are trying to make friends. There could be a lot of different reasons and ways that they identify a victim. And the second stage is gaining trust and access. And I don't want you to think that when someone's trying to gain our trust or access to us, that it's going to be done in an overt fashion. Often, the sexual predators are very suave and smooth and may just offer a helping hand. Like, oh, I'll help put your bag in the bus for you. I'll help your mom load up the soccer balls from the soccer game. Or, oh, I'll come over and help tutor you for that. They'll try to do small things that seem quote unquote normal in relationships as a way to gain your trust. And so know that this isn't an overt action. This isn't something that we may notice right away, but it's done as a way to help our parents trust them if we're a child, and that's how they gain access to us, or have us trust them so that they're like a normal adult in our, unit, whether it's our family and extended family and friends. We think of them in a very trusting and normal fashion. The third stage is becoming important to the child or adult and giving them something that they need. This could be through manipulation, by telling the person that they're the only one that understands them and they're the only one that can help them. This could also be with children. They give them a lot of gifts. Maybe it's money to go get candy. Maybe it's a toy that they couldn't get otherwise, or certain equipment they needed for sports that their parents couldn't afford. They'll try to give them something or become so important and necessary in this person's life that they feel like they can't live without them, or that they need to keep them around. The fourth stage is they will begin isolating you, meaning that they may offer you a ride home. Let's say it's a child that we're talking about and their parents always late to pick them up from school. They'll offer to call the parent and take them home instead. Or if you're an adult, they may say, oh, I'll walk you home. It's really late. That's kind of scary. I'd rather be with you. And they do this so that you are obviously isolated. You're with them and you're more vulnerable in those positions. So just be cautious about who you spend time with when there's no one else around. The fifth stage is they'll begin creating secrecy around the relationship. This could be anything from no one would understand what you're going through, or I wouldn't tell anybody that. They'll start to think that you're weird or odd or crazy, or that something's wrong with you. They may also threaten to harm themselves or a pet or someone else that you love in your life if you shared any of the private information you've talked about, or the relationship as a whole. They'll threaten harm or revealing secrets as a way to keep you tied to the relationship. The sixth stage is sexualizing the relationship. And just like we talked about before when it comes to gaining trust, this won't always be done in an overt way at the beginning. But even the smallest thing, like putting an arm over the shoulder, may give the predator some kind of sexual gratification. And these first stages of sexualizing the relationship could just be putting a hand on the knee, rubbing them on the back, linking arms and walking together. It could be things that we don't consider to be sexualized, but the predator is taking it that way. They will also set up scenarios where it's normal to be naked around one another, such as getting ready to go swimming, or being in a locker room and changing before or after a game, or even going to a spa. They'll set up these types of scenarios so that you become desensitized to being naked around them because you don't think it's something that makes you vulnerable or is dangerous. In the last portion of this stage, if this is a child that is the victim, they will play on a normal child's curiosities and questions about the body and use that to further the sexual relationship and move it into actual sexual touch. And the seventh and final stage of grooming is controlling the relationship. Because once the sexual abuse is happening, all of the things that they've set up, they'll use that as leverage to keep us held in that relationship, whether it's financial. Remember I said they might buy us gifts or give us things we couldn't otherwise get for ourselves. It could be that they have more power over us because they're a boss or a teacher or someone in our life who can, harm us in such a way. It could also be emotional support. Remember, if they're telling us that they're the only ones that can understand us and everybody else will think something's wrong with us. They've tried to keep everything we do together a secret. And because of all of that swirling around, there can be so much shame associated with this. Because at this point, the person who's been groomed feels like they're unlovable or that they should be embarrassed and they brought this on themselves. But I want you to know that that is not the case. All of these different stages are stages of manipulation and stages of abuse. And know that if you have found yourself in a situation like this, you didn't ask for it. You are not to blame. Nothing that happened is your fault. We find the best way to process through this shame and to heal from the abuse and grooming is to find a therapist who can help. We also find groups to be really, really healing because often we think we're the only one. It was our fault. We brought it on ourselves. But to hear other people sharing their stories and experience, it can be really healing because we realize that we aren't alone, that it's not our fault, and that other people have gotten through it as well. Another reason that therapy can be so healing is that we're able to offer an objective perspective, a different view into what's gone on. Because like I said back in those stages we were talking about, that they control the relationship to such a way that we don't even think that anybody else will think differently than what our abuser told us. But the truth is that what they told you was all a lie. And so having someone else come in and be able to talk to you about it in an honest fashion, give an objective perspective, can allow us to finally realize that it's not our fault and that we're not to blame, and we can start that healing process. Another way that therapy can help us heal from this is by teaching us ways to practice self-love and self-care. Often when someone has taken so much from us, it's hard for us to come back and feel good about who we are and know how to give ourselves the things that we need. And working with a therapist who understands abuse, understands grooming, can be really beneficial because they'll give us the tools that we need in the moment to self-soothe, to practice self-care when it's needed most, and know that we are valuable and people do care about us. I hope that just sheds a little light on what grooming is. The more we talk about this, the less likely it is to happen. If you see a situation unfolding that looks a little off and you have concerns, please speak up. If you are in any one of these stages, know that you're not alone. Please reach out, talk to someone, tell someone, trust me, whatever that predator or abuser is saying is not true. You have a voice. Use it. You're important and you're lovable, and other people care about you and want the best for you. Don't listen to that garbage. You are worthy. Please reach out. Trust me, it can get better. And also share in the comments if—
All right, people. All right, we've been educated. We've been educated. You can't say that I didn't tell you. We've been educated. Can't say I didn't tell you. Listen, we're educating ourselves, people, so we can identify family members, school teachers, coaches, police, whatever profession they be in, male or female. And this is real. And I tell women all the time, y'all got these men around your children. You think they're interested in you, and they're not interested in you. They're interested in your small children. They're trying to get their trust. Once they get your trust, now they have to gain the children trust. And then that's when the grooming process starts with the children. But it begins with an adult first. That's what it does. That's why I tell you, when they get up in your house, get up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the bathroom, you can sit right up with them and listen. And stand in the hallway, watch them. Because people are sick out here, and they're trying to destroy babies. We got people out here that would destroy children. Real talk. Will destroy them. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. And this real talk. Real talk. And it's serious out here. A lot of us, those of us that have experienced this type of grooming, may not necessarily you have experienced, but your sons have went through it. And you as an adult, you got groomed too as well while your son or daughter was getting molested. You didn't know no better. You didn't know no better. We learned how to identify these people. And again, let me say this on my live, make this real clear. If this don't apply, let it fly. And I am not locking arms with no pedophiles, no sex abuser, none of that. We are not one. We're on 2 different paths at all. I'm protecting, I'm preventing, and exposing any sexual predator. Period. Period. They can't come on here at all. This is real, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. It's nothing to be played about. We heard the lady. She gave us her scenarios, what to watch out. You got some adult men. They got Atari in their house or Sega Genesis, whatever they got, Nintendo games, anything that involves children. They groom them. And like you said, like she said, some pedophiles don't groom. They just go straight in for the kill. Kidnap you, rape you, and kill you and hide you. They're very deceptive. Very deceptive. This is real, people. I need you guys to share this video. If you're on Facebook, hit like on here. Hit my like. This is real talk, people. Because this is real talk, especially mothers that got babies at home. You got to watch. You got to watch everybody, uncles, pastors, coaches, all of them, police, community activists, all of us. Watch us all. That's right. This is serious, people. This is serious business, especially those of us that got young, small children. Children can be manipulative. They can't be, that ain't the word I want. They can be manipulated, I'm sorry, by adults. I'm telling you. And most sexual abuse cases are really not really outsiders. It's family members most of the time. Tell you, listen, if you're a victim, you need to call the police and get some help. Real talk. Real talk. And we have to watch our children. We have to pay attention to them. We have to listen to them when they're trying to tell us something. Watch their behavior. All of a sudden, your child begins to start acting funny. Now you got to investigate, see what's going on. Got to. Got to investigate to see what's going on. This is serious business. This is not a laughing matter. People are getting molested every day. Somebody probably getting molested right now as we speak, or groomed to be exploited. Seriously. And we can't be swayed by the niceness. We can't be swayed what they're doing in the community. We can't be swayed by the job they work. We got to know that we know that we know. And if you feel like that in your gut, it might be so. Might be so. And it's real out here, people. Real. And you don't know who is the victim. Really, you don't know who been a victim. They might not tell you. I had a dear friend, and I talked about it 2 weeks, and she texted me. She said, Mark, you had a great show. She said, a great show, but it was triggering. I had to get off of it. So that let me know right there, she probably was a victim of sexual abuse. You just never know who are victims of sexual abuse unless they tell you. And it's our duty to protect our children at all costs. You got to listen to your children. You got to. Because they'll be walking around here act like it's their fault because what happened to them. Number one, my thing is, do not allow your children to sit in these men's laps and they're funding with the children and all that. Oh, no. No. That's a sign of pedophilia. We got to watch these swim coaches, basketball coaches, volleyball coaches. We got to watch them. These mentors, because they grooming them. Grooming them. It's real talk. Real talk, people. We got to watch. We got to pay attention. I'm telling you, we have to pay attention. This is real. This is not a laughing matter. I've had people to come on this live and told me they was taken advantage of by a priest or by a doctor and things like that. So it's real, people. Take this real serious. Watch who you allow your children to be around and what they participate in. Please. Please. I know y'all don't like to talk about this, but I got to keep talking about it. That's why I'm going all week on it. All week on this. They can't stand hear me talk about this, but it's real. Somebody got to talk about it. We have to protect the children. We have to protect the children. They didn't ask to come here, and we have to protect them. Girls and boys. We have to protect them. This is part 2. Tomorrow we'll do part 3. We'll go 7 days straight and talk about how to identify a pedophile or a pedophile that's trying to groom our children. We got to watch that. We got to watch it. Now, don't get me wrong. We need each other. We need each other help. We need favor. We do need people to watch our children, but we got to know. We have to talk to our children, gain that relationship with them. Let them know if anybody touch you in the chest or between your legs or on your buttocks or your booty, let us know as parents. No one should be touching you in your private parts at all. Parents, we have to teach our children how to identify these parts on their body. It just says nose, ears, eyes, penis, vagina, breast, booty. We have to tell them, make it clear to them. The school shouldn't have to tell them. The parents' duty is to tell them and protect them. Somebody said on here, Sophia said, she said, my child was molested by the babysitter's sons. So watch your children also. See? 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 This is real. This is real, people. And nobody playing with this. This is real. We need to also talk about mothers who allow it because they don't want to lose their man. It happens. That's right, my dear sister. That's right. You know your man molesting your children and you're not saying nothing. Shame on you. And we, as Black community, we should not hide these pedophiles, child molesters. Don't hide them. Point them out. Because I'm not holding hands or locking hands with none of them. None of them. I'm not going to do it. All right, what somebody said right here. They said, Linda said, step parents and mothers need to believe your children. You need to believe your children. And don't be going around telling your girl, you fast anyway. You shouldn't have been walking through the house with them boy shorts on anyway, them booty shorts. Yeah. And listen, I'm telling y'all people, you got to watch the women too. It ain't just the men now. The women too as well. You got to be careful with these children. I'm telling you, this is real, people. I'm not playing. Share this on YouTube, people. Hit the like. It's real. Somebody gonna hear this message and they're gonna start noticing things until I brought it to their attention. Don't be in denial, parents. Watch, pay attention. Pay attention. Watch. And most of the time it be relatives and close friends that get close to our children. We want to take them to the carnival, to the baseball game, basketball game, take them to church. We got to watch them. Look here, this story, look at stories out the story. Linda Page said, my school friend shot herself when her stepdad molested her and was charged, and mom brought him back. That's sick. That's crazy, people. So we're going to do part 3 tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you pay attention, watch, listen, notice the characteristics, coaches, teachers, police officers, but anybody, little boys, teenage boys, watch them too as well. Watch them. The grooming process, grooming them, setting them up. And see, they get mad at me on social media because I talk about things like this. Who else talking about things like this? Don't get mad at me. The things that people are getting molested every day. Probably right now as we speak, somebody's being groomed to be exploited sexually. I'm going to tell the truth. You're not going to stop me from talking about this. I could chase crime and do this at the same time. Can't tell me what I'm going to do on my platform. It's real, people. Yeah, it's real. That's right. Watch your sons. It's crazy out here. And they get, see, these pedophiles, these sex abuse, they get mad when they get exposed. Crystal said, hidden discussions that need to be addressed. That's right. It need to be addressed. Again, Grandma, Ma, you know your son a pedophile. You know he is. You know he is. And his so-called girlfriend got 8 babies. Y'all better, parents, we better be careful who we let mentor our children. I'm telling you. And if you get that gut feeling that something ain't right, most of the time it's probably not right. These conversations, we're going 7 days straight on this conversation. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep hitting that thing and hitting that thing and hitting that thing, exposing, speaking truth to power, expose the darkness. Some of y'all come and thank me later. You'll come and thank me later. Martin, you said it. Thank God for you sharing the video and talking about it, bringing awareness. And we have these things in our community. And a lot of these parents, they know their sons are pedophiles and sex abusers. They know that. That's right, uncles and stepfathers. Manipulating our children, that's right. We got to watch them. We got to watch them, people. Again, I thank y'all for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Make sure you share this video. It is necessary. Share this video. Get this message out. Again, if it don't apply, let it fly. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I love being black. Carry on, people. Carry on.